The reign over Burmecia did not cease as Zidane and his companions departed the ruined city. Their hearts weighed heavy with grief, yet in the shadows of despair a new destination called to them. Clara, the desert sanctuary hidden within a great whirling sandstorm. There, Freya believed her scattered people might still find safety. If Burmecia had fallen, Clara would be the last refuge. Vivi walked quietly, his mind still tormented by the black mages they had faced. Steiner marched stiffly, torn between loyalty to Garnet and rage at the Queen's crimes. Zidane, though carrying his own doubts, pushed forward with humor and resolve, for he knew despair would break them faster than exhaustion. At last, the storm engulfed them. The winds howled like beasts, sand clawed at their skin, yet within its heart they found the hidden city. Clara rose like a miracle, its spiraling tree stretching skyward, roots and branches entwined to form homes, halls, and sanctuaries. For Freya, the sight brought both relief and sorrow. She was welcomed by her kin, though many faces were missing, warriors who had fallen defending Burmecia. Still, the Clarans received her companions with kindness, their harps playing melodies that wove through the air like prayer. Here, for a fleeting moment, there was peace, but even in sanctuary, shadows reached. News traveled swiftly. Alexandria's army marched again, guided by Brana's insatiable hunger. And where soldiers went, black mages followed. Vivi listened with trembling hands, his doubts turning sharper. Were they being made endlessly, his kind produced only to burn and destroy? Zidane assured him that he was different, but the boy's wide eyes brimmed with tears. He wanted to believe. While the companions planned, a surprise awaited within Clara's halls. Amid the reunion of Freya's people, her gaze fell upon Sir Fratley, the dragoon she had long loved. He had returned, yet his eyes no longer held recognition. The war had scarred his memory, leaving him hollow, unable to remember Freya or the bond they had once shared. She masked her heartbreak behind calm resolve, but when alone she wept silently. Still, Zidane noticed, and though he offered no words, his steady presence was comfort enough. The storm's protection did not last. As Alexandria's forces advanced, the Clarans raised prayers and music to strengthen their magical barrier. Harps strummed, voices rose, and the sandstorm grew wild and fierce. For a moment, hope shone. The sanctuary might withstand the Queen's fury. Then the Black Waltz descended. This third and final waltz was more terrifying than the last, its magic refined, its cruelty sharpened. With merciless precision, it cut through defenders, spells crashing like thunder upon the sacred tree. Vivi faced it with clenched fists, his fear colliding with fury. "I'm not like you," he whispered, fire blazing from his staff. Together with Zidane, Steiner, and Freya, they struck down the waltz in a battle that shook the roots of Clara itself. Yet even in defeat, tragedy struck. The barrier faltered, torn apart by Alexandria's might. Soldiers stormed the sanctuary. Flames engulfed the sacred halls, and the city of peace crumbled beneath iron and fire. The companions fought desperately to save as many as they could, but the devastation was too great. Garnet, who had secretly followed her friends despite Lindblum's warnings, was captured by Bran's forces amidst the chaos. Zidane's heart shattered as he watched her taken, powerless against the overwhelming tide. Steiner roared in anguish, his oath to protect the princess broken in that single moment. Freya collapsed in grief, her homeland destroyed once again, her people scattered to the winds. Vivi trembled, his small hands gripping his staff so tightly it shook, unable to reconcile the destruction wrought by those who looked like him. As Alexandria's banners vanished into the storm, the survivors stood in the ruins of Clara, their resolve hardening through the pain. Zidane clenched his fists, no longer content merely to flee. Garnet was more than a companion, she was their hope, and he would not abandon her. Steiner swore anew that his loyalty was to Garnet alone, even if it meant defying his queen. Freya's grief sharpened into vengeance, her spear raised not only for Burmecia but for Clara as well. And Vivi, though still trembling, vowed to uncover the truth of his existence, to learn why he lived while others obeyed. The storm that had shielded Clara was gone. The sanctuary was lost, and with it, the illusion that peace might be preserved. Ahead lay the harsh reality of war, and the perilous task of rescuing Garnet from the clutches of her own mother. In the ashes of tragedy, their journey turned darker. The fight was no longer about escape, nor merely survival. It was about defiance, redemption, and the hope that even in a world consumed by fire and rain, the light of friendship could endure.